this week, our friends with Indianapolis Moms are empowering women to set healthy boundaries and stand up for themselves in uncomfortable situations. So to join me and talk more about this topic, we have Andi Bookmeyer. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me again.
You know, this is such an important topic. As a daughter of a lawyer, my mom since birth has taught me how to speak up in a lot of uncomfortable situations. And I know that everybody doesn't have the same lived experiences. So first, let's talk about why is this important to even discuss now?
Well, I just feel like this book, The Nice Girl Syndrome, really empowers women to have that courage or that boost to advocate for themselves. Mm-hmm. I love that you were taught to do that. And a lot of women are taught to not rock the boat. Like as young girls, we're told just to go with the flow and to be kind. But the book really advocates that we can be nice, but still set set healthy boundaries. We can be nice, but not let our mental health be sacrificed. Mm-hmm. Because if we're constantly people pleasing, if we're constantly pushovers, who's hurting in the end? It's us. Mm-hmm. And so I really love how the book advocates for women that it's okay to stand up for yourself. It's more than okay.
Which leads me to ask, can you explain what nice girl syndrome is?
Well, it's just really where, again, the people pleasing and at your own expense, not being able to say no, or not, saying no without guilt, to go a step further. So the nice girl syndrome, the author really identifies 7 different types of nice girls, and it gives you the awareness, if you're reading it, where do you fall in, what category do you fall in, and then that gives you the awareness to take steps to make improvements, to try to advocate for your own personal growth.
Yeah. And who would be the most vulnerable?
Well, I think that, again, it goes back to women who are constantly putting others before themselves. Mm-hmm. And so I love in the book, she gives 5 tips about, not caring so much about what other people think, that's important, but your important source of approval is your own. Mm-hmm. And then, not being afraid to say no. Also, she talks about another tip is, learning how to handle conflict, because we know that's inevitable in life. Mm-hmm. And so learning to say no without guilt, making sure you're addressing concerns that you have and that you don't feel like that's foreign to you, that it is okay to stand up for yourself. It's, it's something that she really wants you to get a hold of and get better at, because it's not easy for some people.
Yeah, no, it's not, especially considering the different situations that women may find themselves in, whether it's at the workplace, at home, with friends. Speaking up is definitely needed. And I know something my grandmother used to say, may she rest in peace. She would always say, I'm always going to be kind, but try Jesus, not me. Okay. And so that was a way that she established boundaries for me at a very young age, that you can still be a kind, compassionate, empathetic person, but you can also set boundaries.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we're going to have to check this book out as well. It's always so fitting that your last name is Bookmeyer. You always bring the best books on here.
Thank you, Lena.
And have a lot of great discussions. Before we leave, any last tips for people who are women especially, wanting to live their more authentic lives?
Just again, identifying areas for improvement and being kind to yourself, and knowing that it may not happen overnight, but slowly but surely you can make small changes that empower you and give you more confidence, more assertiveness, and put you in a position to protect your physical health, your mental health, because we know that mental space is so precious.
Yeah.
So we have to take steps to protect that.
As always, thank you so much, Andi, for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.